Bring you into 184, Chris Honeycutt of Edinburgh, a freshman, Kurt Brenner of West Virginia, last year runner-up here in the Eastern Wrestling League Championships at 174. Lost to Keith Gavin, who we just saw with a 7-3 decision against Chance Litton. Honeycutt, one of those exciting freshmen. He's in the white singlet there, and he's out of Cleveland St. Edwards, one of the great programs in Northeastern Ohio, 39-0. But he's up against a tough customer here in Brenner, who's got a lot of experience here on the big stage.
Well, Brenner with a nice shot, and he made a little bit of mistake when he was trying to finish it originally, and Honeycutt almost had himself a takedown, and now Brenner just trying to be methodical and still doesn't have it yet as Honeycutt scrambles around, but that looks like 2 points there toward the edge, and there's the 2-point takedown for Brenner. You know, and that's one of the things. That's one of the things that experience does. You start to become a little more technically sound. Just kind of a.
Go ahead, Tony.
I was going to say, just kind of a classic Brenner shot. Actually, this is the match before. This is Gavin and Litton there, but Brenner just really likes that underhook. He likes to try to throw that by for a single leg, and did a nice job of it there in order to gain a takedown on Honeycutt, who now escapes, and we have a 2-1 score.
How'd you like to be in that wrestling room of your West Virginia here? You got Donnie Jones at 165, Litton at 174. You got Brenner at 184. And Edinburgh's bringing some thunder in that wrestling room, too, starting at 157 with Gillespie, the defending national champ. You've got King at 165. This guy Honeycutt, just a freshman. He's just a baby.
Well, you know what? That's why teams are good. I mean, it's not just that they have good people. You watch the matches and all that kind of stuff, but they get to work out with one another every day, and so they push one another all the time. And those are the things that help you become competitive. And it's not just the guys that are starting; it's the other guys in the room too. You got to have some depth to you. You've got to have some guys who are, second and third on the depth charts in places that can wrestle. Otherwise, it's very tough to have a competitive team. Not only does that relate to injuries and things like that, but those are the guys who you're using to help you prepare to win, to be an All-American and to win a national title. There's Brenner again. Does that kind of throw by from the underhook, gets in on the single leg eventually, and Honeycutt just reaching over the top, trying to hold on to his waist. If they get a stalemate there, are potentially dangerous.
Here's a 2-point move here by Brenner.
Well, it looked like one of the things when Honeycutt was trying to swing his leg through there, one of the things that happens, looks like he gave a pretty good shot to Brenner as he went through there. And part of the match, you take some shots every now and then. Get a thigh or a knee in the face or shoulder every now and then. And
don't go anywhere. The match at 285 between Zach Schaefer of the University of Pittsburgh, EWL champ in 05, and Mike Spares of Bloomsburg, the defending champ. Could be real good.
Yeah. Now looking forward to that. Certainly 2-point takedown again. Just got that underhook, throws it by in on that high single, and falls it in for a takedown. Honeycutt does not have an answer for that yet. There's an ankle pick. He doesn't have the takedown yet. Oh, there's a cradle.
He's in real trouble now.
Well, he's not in bad shape. Brenner's a little bit of trouble too, because he's got a cradle on Brenner, and if he can roll it through, Brenner's going to be on his back, but he breaks that lock. Now Honeycutt is in real trouble.
Down there, and he just does avoid, but a big ring right there on back points and everything. He got full value on that and jumps to a 9-2 lead to end the period.
Well, and you know what? That Honeycutt had to expend a lot of energy, though. He's got that cradle. He's bridging hard. He's trying to turn and roll through. Brenner's fighting there as well, but you expend a lot of energy there trying to roll that through. There he's got the cradle. Brenner's basing out and trying to not to allow himself to get rolled through, and Honeycutt really that bridge real hard, and you can see it. He's trying to get it. He says, "Man, I better let go of this because I can't hold on anymore."
That took a lot out of Honeycutt. That little flurry right there to save the match, to be honest with you. I mean, if that was about 10 more seconds to go, I'm not sure if he would survive.
Now, Brenner's got to be a little careful. Now, you mentioned Brenner moved up from 74 up to 84. So he's not going to be one of the taller guys at 184. And one of the things he's going to be susceptible to are things like cradles. because these guys have just longer arms and longer legs. And Honeycutt's got a leg in, sort of.
Wonder if they're going to stop. He's got a, it looks like that right by his elbow. We get a close look at that. That's like an open, that's right on Honeycutt there. It's right on his right elbow.
Looks like he's got like an old brush burn,
like
or
a strawberry or whatever.
Yeah. Brenner back up to his feet. Now it's Honeycutt's job to take him to the mat. He's not supposed to be able to just hang there. Brenner's just going to be content to a little scramble. They go out of bounds.
Right in front of us. I'm amazed that hadn't opened up. There it is. That can't feel good when you're like on the mat, or you know, that got aggravated a little bit in that flurry toward the end of the opening period.
True.
But we can see.
True. At the same time, it's going to be probably the least aggravating thing he's probably dealing with while he's out there on the mat, you know. Just really looking to get that ankle and try to pull that ankle up and throw the leg in on this side. Now he's got the leg in and he's trying to get a little tilt. His hip's a little high. Brenner, though, not doing a very good job on the bottom. Pretty much just basing out, and I wouldn't be surprised if we might get a warning for stalling on the bottom here. Because mostly what Brenner's been doing is kind of basing out, trying to hold on to a foot here or there. Honeycutt's trying to turn a little bit, just another stalemate. And so the question is, Honeycutt is down by 7 points. He's got to score some points. Brenner, that kind of Granby roll. We're still going to call that with Honeycutt on top.
Boy, you teach that scramble, you scramble right out of there, and that saves points. Because it really looked like, you know, Brenner was going to give up 2 back point, 2-point takedown, and he just whirled right out of there.
You know, you're trying to read some hip space and things like that, and Brenner really hasn't created much space like that in the match so far, particularly while he's been on the bottom. It really looks like he's just trying to survive the second period and be on the bottom. He's got a 9-2 lead and really just kind of hanging out here. So there's that warning for stalling, and there's a cradle because he's just kind of hanging out there, and there's a 2-point near fall. And that's that's the danger of doing that kind of stuff. You don't want to spend a lot of time down there. You can expend a lot of energy. The guy's on top of you. His weight's on top of you. He's trying to twist and turn you. Not a thing I would suggest to many people is to spend a lot of time on the mat.
Now, what's that on his hair? Destroy? Is that what that says? Is that what's cut in there?
That's what I understand that it says, yes.
Well, he's a confident guy. As we mentioned, the Ohio champ last year, 39-0.
He's in on a single, bringing it up. And there's Brenner trying to go out the back door. Honeycutt trying to turn on him. Looks like Honeycutt's going to get himself a takedown here, which would tighten the score up 9-6. 9-6. He's got 1 minute and 20 seconds of riding time now, with about 1:20 left. So what he's going to do? What? Yeah, he looks for a tilt. He gets himself a near fall points, 2-point near fall, and the riding time point. He's tied it up at least. And Brenner has 1 warning for stalling on the bottom, which is also significant because if he can't just hang out down there, otherwise he's going to start giving up points down there as well.
You mentioned this may be where the got out of it. 1-point escape, and
well, Honeycutt's got to do that. If he doesn't turn him right away, he's got to cut him loose and get back up onto his feet so that he can generate some offense. You know, the easiest way to get a near fall is to do something from your feet. So here's a cradle. Brenner just kind of falls asleep. This is right at the end of the period, and Honeycutt's able to crank it over. There's a 2 count. He does roll himself through eventually. That's 2-point near fall. Now, this is the shot that Brenner's had most of the time, and that is he'll try to underhook this shoulder here with the left-handed underhook and see if he can get Honeycutt back underneath him. And again, not a tall guy, so he's down underneath people most of the time. Honeycutt doing a better job, though, of kind of pummeling inside of there. There's a warning for stalling. And one more point for Honeycutt. 10-7 now. Brenner just kind of dives on his leg and falls out of bounds. And what is he going to do? He's going to hang there and hopefully he can give up. There's the end of the match.
Well, he tried, but again, good action right there from start to finish. But Kurt Brenner is your champ.